This tutorial is about the new and advanced features of the Tool Shelf add-on for Blender, and I want to go over these by replicating the transform type-in of Maya, which is a very convenient tool at the top of the Maya UI. It lets you quickly enter relative or absolute transform values for your selection, which can be pretty handy in various situations. There are 3 input fields for values and a toggle button for relative and absolute changes. Let's see how this can be added in Blender using the Tool Shelf. First of all, I need the script or command. It accepts 3 values for the axes and has a relative and cursor switch. Since Blender has the cursor, it shouldn't be forgotten. For the different space modes, it's best to use an enum property. Having checkboxes wouldn't be convenient and would make the logic and usability too complicated. So, it'll be one enum serving 2 arguments of the command, and the enum will have 3 values: relative, world, and cursor. To get the value of the enum, I use the placeholder prop1, since there will be multiple properties. The 3 values are easy, but I will use strings instead of floats, just because with the float field there's always a number in the field, and I want to be able to also use 0 as the input value. And since it will be a string input, it has to be converted to floats. The 3 axes are built of 3 properties, so their placeholders are prop2, prop3, and prop4. After executing the command, it's necessary to reset the fields, but only if a value has been entered. This is very important because this code will be used as a property callback, which acts on value changes. And resetting a field is such a change as well, which would end in an infinite loop. Therefore, the check to reset only if a value is present. Now to set up the tool shelf for the tool. First, I select the group I want to add the tool to and give it a name. The command field is left empty because I want to use the code from the text editor. Entering the tooltip is optional. Then I want to add my new properties because up until now all I would get is only a button. There are 4 properties, 1 for the space and 3 for the axes, all separated by semicolons. The values for the properties are next. The first are for the space switch. The enum values are local, world and cursor, separated by colons. And then the 3 string properties separated by semicolons. Let's see what we've got so far. There's the enum and the value fields and the tool button. All there and working, but taking up too much space. Let's change that. I switch over to the Edit tab and load the newly created tool. All I need to focus on is the property section. To collect all 3 value fields in a row, I enclose the names in round brackets and press Edit. If there are more than 2 properties in a row, the labels get removed to save space. Next will be to edit the appearance of the space switch. I want to expand the item so that they are always visible. All I need to do is enclose the space name in angled brackets. To finally get rid of the labels and save even more space, I can replace the label with the default Blender icon. Currently, only the default icons are supported. For this, I add the add symbol and the name of the icon to the label name. So, add orientation local, add orientation global, and add cursor. After pressing edit, we can see the result. Lastly, I want to remove the button because the transformation should be applied when entering a value and the user shouldn't have to press a button. For this, we can direct the command to the update argument of the property as a callback. To apply the callback to the axis fields, I add a leading exclamation mark to each property label and turn on command as callback. After pressing the edit button, the tool button is gone since it's being overridden by the callback. And that's it. Now I have a fully functioning tool which takes up only a small bit of screen estate. Granted, the formatting tweaks which are necessary to gain this level of control are neither obvious nor intuitive, but they are also not meant to be used all the time. The alternative would be to add more and more options and buttons, which would break clarity for setting up simple buttons. And that's it. Thanks for watching.